Hello dear students, warm welcome to science class. I hope all are doing well. What is the main process by which water moves from land to atmosphere? Listen question carefully. What is the main process by which water moves from land to atmosphere? The answer is evaporation. Answer is evaporation. Second question. What is it called when plants release water that turns into vapor? What is it called when plants release water that turns into vapor? The answer is transpiration. Transpiration. Okay. So with that, we'll start today's session. Factors affecting evaporation. Factors affecting evaporation. In the previous session, we have discussed about evaporation. So evaporation means what? And what are the factors? All those things we have discussed. Now, factors affecting evaporation in detail we will see in this session. Okay. So, what are the factors affecting evaporation? The rate of evaporation increases with what are the factors? So, there are majorly four factors: surface area, temperature, humidity, wind speed. Surface area, wind speed, temperature, and humidity. These are four factors which causing evaporation, which affecting evaporation. Okay. So rate of evaporation. The rate of evaporation increases with, first one is increases with an increase of surface area. Increases with increase of a surface area. Second one, the rate of evaporation increases with an increase of temperature. Increases with increase of temperature. The rate of evaporation increases with a decrease in humidity. Decrease in humidity. And the rate of evaporation increases with an increase in wind speed. These are the major factors which affecting evaporation. We'll see in detail. Okay. First one is the rate of evaporation increases with increase of surface area. So evaporation increases with increase of surface area. Okay. So we know that evaporation is a surface phenomenon. So we know that evaporation is what? Surface phenomenon. Surface evaporation taking place. Okay. And if the surface area is increased, the rate of evaporation increases. So keep remember, if the surface area is increased, the evaporation also increases. How? For example, while putting clothes for drying up, we spread them out. So while putting the clothes for drying up, what happened? We are spreading out. Is it or not? So when we spread out, the evaporation will taking fastly. The evaporation increases with increase of surface area. So first one is the rate of surface. The rate of evaporation increases with increase of surface area. So when we increase the surface, so what happens? It increases the evaporation also. For example, while putting clothes for drying up, we spreading out for fast evaporation. Okay. The second one is the rate of evaporation increases with an increase of temperature. The rate of evaporation increases with increase of temperature. How? With the increase of temperature, more number of particles get, see, if we increase temperature, what happens? More number of particles get enough kinetic energy. So when we heat, what happens? More number of particles get enough, sufficient amount of kinetic energy go into the vapor state. So if they get enough amount of kinetic energy, they will go to the vapor state. Okay. So with the increase of temperature, more number of particles get enough kinetic energy to go into the vapor state. Second one is the rate of evaporation increases with the increase of temperature. How? If we increase the temperature, more number of particles get enough amount of kinetic energy. So with the help of that kinetic energy, they can go to the next state, which is vapor state. Okay. Next, third one is rate of evaporation increases with a decrease in humidity. Decrease in humidity. Third one is okay. So humidity is nothing but amount of water vapor present in air. Humidity is nothing but what? Amount of water vapor present in the air. Okay. So here third factor what? the rate of evaporation increases with the decrease in humidity. So humidity is nothing but the amount of water present in the air. Okay. So the air around us cannot hold more than a definite amount of water vapor at a given temperature. So the air around us. So around us air is present, right? So the air around us cannot hold more than water, more amount of water. So it can hold sufficient amount of water. How much it is required, that much it will hold. So it cannot hold more than a definite amount of water vapor at a given temperature. For particular temperature, they will hold particular amount of water vapor. Okay. And if the amount of water in the air is already high, so if the amount of water is already high, so what happens? The rate of evaporation is decreases. Okay. So first point, what? Humidity is nothing but the amount of water vapor present in the air. The second one is the air around us cannot hold more than a definite amount of water vapor for given temperature. Okay, particular temperature, how much it is possible to hold, definite amount. So that much only it will hold. Okay, so if it is already, the amount of water is already high in the atmosphere, then the evaporation is decreases. Okay. So that what happened? The rate of evaporation increase. When the rate of evaporation increases with a decrease in humidity. If humidity is increase, the evaporation is decreases. Okay. And next, the rate of evaporation increases with an increase in wind speed. The last one is rate of evaporation increases with increase in wind speed. Okay. So it is common observation that clothes dry faster on a windy day. So it is common observation, everybody is observing that the clothes will dry very faster in the windy day. So if it is a wind high, if heavy wind comes, so automatically the clothes will dry faster. So with the increase in wind speed, if we increase the wind speed, with increase in wind speed, the particles of water vapor. So with the increase in wind speed, the particles in water vapor move away with the wind. So what happens? The particles in the water vapor also, it will also move away from the away with the wind. It will also move away with the wind. Okay. So decreasing the amount of water vapor in the surrounding. Okay. So whenever the heavy, we know that common observation, everybody is observing that the clothes will dry very faster in windy day. So why it is happening so? What is the reason maybe? So what happens? The increase in wind speed. So automatically the wind is increased. So what happens? The particles of water vapor also move along with the wind also. So move with the wind. So what happens? It decreases the amount of water vapor in the surrounding. So if it is move with the wind, so what happens? Automatically decreases the water vapor in the surrounding. So the last one is the rate of evaporation increases with increase in a wind speed. If wind speed is increased, the evaporation also increase. Today we have discussed about factors affecting evaporation. There are 4 factors: surface area, temperature, humidity and wind speed. Okay. In the next session, we will discuss about evaporation causes cooling. Evaporation causes cooling. Bye bye children.